And I'd like to present our second Kaiser Permanente Award for Excellence in Clinical Teaching to Dr. Andrew Barnosky. Dr. Barnosky is a professor of emergency medicine and learning health sciences in the medical school and a lecturer in curriculum support in LSA. He came to the University of Michigan in 1998, having served as director of 2 hospital emergency rooms within the Henry Ford Health System prior to that. Dr. Barnosky feels it's important to help students grow into compassionate and virtuous physicians. He adds that role modeling is the bedrock of the educational, cultural, and ethical formation of physicians. One must lead by example. Dr. Barnosky serves as chair of the Adult Ethics Committee and director of our Clinical Ethics Consult Service. Outside of the hospital and clinic, he is an avid bicyclist and cross-country skier. I'm very pleased to present the 2014 Kaiser Permanente Award for Excellence in Clinical Teaching to Dr. Andrew Barnosky.
Thank you very much, Dean Wallace-Croft. This is an extremely meaningful occasion for me to receive this award. In many circumstances, I was very, very surprised when it had happened, but by the same token, it's just a very special occasion to be noted in this regard. As Dean Wallace-Croft has alluded to, I came to the University of Michigan 18 years ago, and prior to that, for about as long, had been with the Henry Ford Health System. So I really didn't start out in this educational track, but was invited to come to the University of Michigan by Dr. Bill Barson, who was our chair of emergency medicine at that point in time. And part of the reason that I had come here then was because of a growing interest to become involved in a sort of a combined role, combining clinical care associated with medical education and medical ethics. And our department was not really a department at that point in time. Dr. Barson, who had stepped down a couple years ago as the chair, replaced by now Dr. Bob Newmar. We were not a department then, but simply a division, and the department was continuing to grow at that point in time. And so Dr. Barson was ultimately very, very instrumental in serving both in a role of being an advocate as well as a mentor in my early career at the University of Michigan. So I'm very appreciative both of him as well as Dr. Bob Newmar, who's been in the role at this point in time. I'm also really appreciative to work with some really great leaders in medical education, some very, very good clinicians over the past many years. When I think of it, Dr. Cyril Groom, Roger Grecken, Rajmal Grukar certainly are at the top of the list. These are colleagues who consistently put the education and moral development of our medical students first and foremost in any type of discussion which takes place, which is something truly important as we are in a period of curricular reform. And finally, I wanted to just give a big thank you to my wife, Barb, who I'm fortunate is here to join me tonight. She has served as a continued source of inspiration in my career. We got married just a couple years before I started medical school and have now been married for 40 years, and I'm deeply appreciative for all that we have done together. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.